Truth seeker here. According to an investigation by the Washington Post, McCabe is being investigated to determine whether criminal charges should be filed against him. If charges are filed, the former FBI chief faces a possible prison sentence. The news emerged shortly after the Justice Department Inspector General found McCabe's lacked candor and his leaking of the information to the media about FBI's botched investigation into Hillary Clinton. Such panels are sometimes used only as investigative tools, and it remains unclear if McCabe will ultimately be charged, the Post stated. According to Western Journal, federal prosecutors impaneled the grand jury after recommendation from the Justice Department. Already more than one witness has been summoned before the jury. McCabe's lawyer downplayed the whole entire thing, and he quoted, "Today's leak about a procedural step taken more than a month ago, occurring in the midst of the disastrous week for the president, is a sad and poorly veiled attempt to try to distract the American public. We remain confident that a thorough review of the facts and circumstances related to the matter will demonstrate that there is no basis on which criminal charges should be brought," said Michael Bromwich, McCabe's attorney, according to Fox News. Bromwich said he does not expect his client will face prosecution unless there is interference from high levels of the administration. McCabe was found to have leaked information to the media in 2016 in an effort to portray himself in a favorable light regarding the investigation of the Clintons' use of the private email server. McCabe sought to rebuke a narrative that had been developing that questioned McCabe's impartiality in overseeing the investigation into Clinton's emails and the Clinton Foundation. McCabe was a controversial figure within the FBI even prior to his role investigating Clinton, as his wife sought political office with the help of Clinton's Democratic allies.
Let's start with this grand jury. This reported first in the Washington Examiner. Your thoughts about the timing and the propriety?
Oh, Lou, the timing, let me see. It's about time, don't you think? I mean, how long have we gone? And I want to know what else is being done, because when Jeff Sessions came out with a big to-do about bringing in Huber, the U.S. attorney from Utah, the one thing he was supposed to look into was Uranium One, and my client has never been contacted, and that was over 8 months ago. So, you know, I think they're kind of slow.
Kind of slow. It looks like they're trying to, I think the cliche is run out the clock. The more appropriate and still cliched Stonewall is what really comes to mind, defying the Constitution and the executive branch, specifically the White House and this president, also obviously clear.
I agree. And where's Peter Strzok? I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that should be in this. Bruce Orr. There's a whole lot of people that should be before this grand jury.
In November last year, the watchdog group Judicial Watch noted that McCabe had conflicts during the investigation. The FBI is compromised. Mr. McCabe should have been nowhere near the Hillary Clinton investigation, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton stated. He saw fit to recuse himself only days before the election, further demonstrates the FBI's Clinton email investigation was a sham. No wonder it took a year and a federal lawsuit to get these records. It is well past time for the Justice Department to reopen the Clinton email investigation. McCabe was fired from his role in the FBI in March, shortly before he planned to retire. The FBI's OPR then reviewed the report and underlying documents and issued a disciplinary proposal recommending the dismissal of Mr. McCabe, a statement by Attorney General Jeff Sessions said at the time. Both the OIG and FBI OPR reports concluded that Mr. McCabe had made an unauthorized disclosure to the news media and lacked candor, including under oath on multiple occasions. Pursuant to the Department Order 1202, and based on the report on the Inspector General, the findings of the FBI Office of Professional Responsibility, and the recommendation of the Department's senior career official, I have terminated the employment of Andrew McCabe effective immediately, Sessions later stated. McCabe has insisted he has been unfairly attacked by the Trump administration. In the same month as his firing, McCabe defended himself in an op-ed for the Washington Post in which he said he may not have always told the truth, but that never meant to mislead anyone. I have been accused of lack of candor. That is not true. I did not knowingly mislie or lie to the investigators, McCabe wrote. When asked about contacts with a reporter that were fully within my power to authorize as deputy director, and amid the chaos that surrounded me, I answered questions as completely and accurately as I could. And when I realized that some of my answers were not fully accurate or may have been misunderstood, I took the initiative to correct them. At worst, I was not clear in my response, and because of what was going on around me, may well have been confused and distracted. And for that, I take full responsibility, he added. That is not lack of candor. And we pretty much say tomato, tomato to that. I mean, these people really thought that they was above the law and they was actually going to get away with this whole entire thing. And they really are dragging their feet on this. They're trying to run the clock out. They think there might be some slight miracle of Trump not getting reelected and they're going to be able to scoot away on all this stuff. But too bad that's not reality. The sights is all on the deep state and they're locked on them pretty hard. I mean, that is absolutely what they were hoping for. They are hoping to just run the clock out, get a new person in administration, and then they could sit there and sweep all this under the rug. That's what they're going for. But too bad the American people want to actually see them all go down. And so they will make sure they do whatever they can to make sure Trump stays the president. So these people better buckle up because they got a long ride ahead of them. And we're gearing up for the long haul on this. But we're going to make sure that they all go down. Also going on in the news, a report came out that's stating the FBI always knew the anti-Trump dossier compiled by former British spy Christopher Steele was a load of bull, according to newly released government documents. In a document published on FBI.gov earlier this week, the FBI acknowledged that they didn't have much confidence in the infamous dossier and knew it to be minimally corroborated. Medium confidence generally means the information is credible sourced and plausible, but not of sufficient quality or corroborated sufficiently to warrant a higher level of confidence, reads an appendix to the report. Additional reporting of information or sources have potential to increase the FBI confidence levels or substantively change analytical judgments. The dossier has been a topic of intense debate since its publication on January 10th, 2017. 35-page report alleges a vast conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russian government and claims that the Kremlin has blackmail material on President Donald Trump. Republicans have faulted the FBI for relying on the unverified dossier to obtain Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act FISA warrants against former Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. The FBI had obtained at least 2 FISAs against Page by the time the Bureau wrote Steele's human source validation report. Page has vehemently denied the dossier allegations about him. The report claims that Page was the Trump campaign chief negotiator with Russian government. So it's something that we already knew that was going on, and now it's officially actually announced by the FBI that there was no actual credible evidence to begin with. These warrants were illegally obtained, all in a design to discredit Donald Trump, and they was hoping that this would kill his approval ratings. But they miserably failed to see that the people recognized all of this. The people have been recognizing this stuff for a long time. And it's the reason why Trump is the president. And they don't understand that. I mean, we the people elected Donald Trump just because of these swamp creatures. They don't get that. And so when all these swamp creatures are going to come out of the dark now and try to point at Trump and try to say he's doing something while we know they've been doing stuff for years, makes it kind of laughable. And totally uncredible, no matter what their position or stance is. They are totally uncredible. It's like the story of the boy who cried wolf. How many times are these people going to keep crying wolf, and every single time we see it's just sheep? And the only ones that actually think that they're real wolves out there are the sheep. And it takes the sheepdog to point that out. So we are ramping up all of our efforts towards getting these people prosecuted because we are really, really tired of all our tax dollars and everything being wasted on people that betray the United States and clearly betray the Constitution. And now the biggest top issue is betraying the president that we the people elected. But what do you guys think about all this? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to be able to support this channel, please just click the tip jar link in the description below, or you can become a monthly Patreon subscriber. All we're asking for is $1 or $2 a month to help get us by. YouTube has had us demonetized since June. And we all know the real clear reason why they're doing this. They think it's going to shut us up, and it's not. All it's doing is making it a little more difficult to get these news stories out now because we got to do other alternatives for funds now. So if we could get enough people to donate $1 a month, it will help combat the censorship and let us keep going on our journey to help drain the swamp. And thank you to everybody that's already a supporter. Your contributions is the reason what's keeping all this actually going. So thank you very, very much, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
please subscribe to our channel, like our video, and comment below, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace! And don't forget to click the notification bell.